said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Cajun Country in Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Old Dominion Monarchs, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Monarchs will kick it off to get us underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The RPO, it's complete. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. There he goes.
You've got to have better security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And the Monarchs couldn't have asked for better field position as they get a chance to strike here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
At the 8-yard line. We're on TV. Make some noise. It's third down.
This is a tough one. A third and long from this part of the field. They can, though, pick up the first down. He wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Monarchs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
The give to the tailback. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Snap to the back. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
It's not always easy, and it's not always easy to call a basic play on 4th down, but it is when you convert it. You've called this play so many times, had so much success. This was a day 1 install in fall camp. Nice, successful run on 4th down.
Pulls and fires complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to scramble. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Monarchs are threatening on 1st and goal. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. He'll start this drive firing. Looking down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
To the air on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Raging Cajuns will have it 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Touchdown, Louisiana! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Guys, Old Dominion has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Wants to go up top. Snags it over the middle. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
A little release to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. So nice to have a target like that.
Finds a little space. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Running to Green. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
We're on TV. Make some noise. It's 3rd down.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. The screen, and watch out. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
It is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time.
Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Sexton. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
And the Raging Cajuns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
The Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Garrison. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the final seconds of the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. He splits the uprights. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Raging Cajuns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
He's brought down near the 16-yard line. We're on TV. Make some noise. It's third down.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45.
Take over. First and 10.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Turning it on!
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
You know, on a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page, and now it sets up 4th down.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grab near the marker. It's Sexton. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The Raging Cajuns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got enough for the 1st down. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Here we go. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man down the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Raging Cajuns are in the hurry-up. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Loss of 3. 3rd down coming up.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be 4th down.
Now, 4th down.
No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Got his man in the middle. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
The Raging Cajuns trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for their quarterback to go. It couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose it.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Might be looking to run. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They really got things moving on this drive. 2nd play of the drive comes from the 37. Wants to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really nice groove right now.
Right on the money. Breaks into the open. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Lets it fly. Touchdown, ODU. And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Number 12.
They And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the wide receiver. Power football with the run. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. It's a draw. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got him downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. He's got it. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. The give out of the gun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. On target. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cajuns! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. UConn looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've seen this offense look this crisp since the days of Dan Orlovsky. They're up by 20.
Touchdown, Monarchs! They move on top here in the 4th. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense, we always talk about offense, but man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. That's some old-school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically, there he goes. Touchdown, Old Dominion. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
Louisiana, 24.
And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Snags a quick pass on the left. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
They've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Working on the right. Steered out of bounds and about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Runs through a tackle.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisiana.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Takes the easy completion. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. He's got it. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball in different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
They kick it away on 4th down. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The offense changing the play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. This situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
And he's got it at the 25.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Raging Cajuns have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give from the gun. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns.
Well, it's a great job getting the touchdown. Obviously, now you've got to go for 2. You got to dial up your best 2-point play to try to tie this thing with only seconds to go.
He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. He is denied, stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.